And then it's the question of, well, why don't you look at, their rival? What's North Carolina's schedule been like this year? What's North Carolina?
Well, they do the same thing. They used to play about 3 or 4 road games a year, and they've started in recent years buckling that down. What Dean Smith used to do, Hunter, is they say the seniors on the team. Say Vince Carter. This is the best one I can give you.
Yeah.
They play a school close to the seniors' hometown.
Yeah.
So their parents and family, people who couldn't come to watch any of their games because the NCAA doesn't pay their players,
right?
They'll have a chance to play. So Carolina played Bethune-Cookman one year at Bethune-Cookman. So
yeah, okay. Well, here
that's just a quick example of what Carolina. Let's do. I remember when Jameson they played Charlotte.
North Carolina opened with an ACC matchup against Notre Dame. Then they went to play at UNC Wilmington the next week.
Mm-hmm.
Then they played home against Gardner-Webb.
Was that Wilmington? At Wilmington?
At UNC Wilmington. They played at home against Gardner-Webb, home against Elon, and then Alabama, Michigan, Oregon. They were all neutral site. Those were part of that Maui tournament or Atlantis,
Bahamas.
The Atlantis tournament, whichever one it was. They were home against Ohio State. That was the Big Ten ACC Challenge. Then they played at Virginia, home against Wofford, at Gonzaga. So they played in California.
Okay.
Then came back and played home against neutral site against UCLA.
There ain't no camera in there right now, Andre. Delivering the Chinese food. He said he's gonna wait for a little. You wouldn't stop me my phone over, would you? While you stand there, be awesome. All right, let's see what Andre says about this, Hunter.
Yeah.
Question of the day. Saturday, and I made my point over Terry every time. I said the cutoff line for NCAA tournament is always everyone worse than NC State doesn't get in no matter what. NC State's the line. Whether they have a good year, they can get in. If they don't, everyone below them don't get in. So we were talking Saturday, Andre, about that. And so with Carolina beating State, does that knock State out of the tournament? Losing to the last place team in the ACC.
He said it should.
All right, he said it should, folks.
It should.
Andre says kick NC State out. If you do kick NC State out, there's still 6 teams in the tournament.
I'll tell you what, PNC is, Dean Smith Center 2.0. 7 years in a row.
Yeah.
7 straight wins at PNC.
Let's discuss that for a second. How about what Hunter is saying there about Coach K? I'm not Coach K, but Roy and I guess Coach K. It is Coach K. At NC State. So what's going on? Coach K at State had Coach Roy Williams now has, folks, as of today, the same exact.
This is a different Coach K you're speaking on,
right?
Too, right?
This
is
same
Kevin Keats. Coach Keats.
The same exact number of wins at PNC Pavilion.
Yeah.
As Kevin Keats has. Let me repeat that. Roy Williams has the same number of wins at NC State's home floor as the NC State
current
head basketball coach.
If you're confused on what we mean by that, I'm sorry, but Roy Williams plays at PNC only once a year.
Yeah.
Kevin Keats plays there with his home games multiple times during the season. And Coach Roy Williams has got the same amount of wins on NC State's floor as NC State's head coach has all the years he's been there. So, I mean, I've got the stuff pulled up in front of me. North Carolina coaches against NC State. Roy Williams, overall, not counting just him being at North Carolina, this includes him being at Kansas, 36-4. So he's 36-4 overall against NC State. That's North Carolina. Dean Smith was 60-30 against NC State coaches. The only NC State coach to have a winning record against North Carolina was Everett Case. He coached from 1946 to 1964. He was 25-19. So North Carolina, I mean, folks, it's funny, because I brought this up. North Carolina fan, obviously. Kevin's a North Carolina fan, obviously. The thing, we always hear people want to bring up North Carolina's having a down year, and it's always, I feel like, State fans that really, like, this is their moment. You guys are down. Let's rub it in your face. We're having a pretty decent year right now. Let's go ahead and get crazy about it. And then when push comes to shove, and you guys play us, and it's not at the Dean Smith Center. It's at PNC. It's on your home floor. People are expecting you to win against a crippled North Carolina team this year with injury, and you lose. The all-time series record, North Carolina 159, NC State 78. To quote a great man on our Saturday morning sports show, that's not a rivalry.
Great.
Great. I have to give Terry some credit. I can't throw him under the bus while I'm throwing his whole team under the bus.
Oh,
and I just, you know what, I'm going to continue on the rant. NC State fans, I'm sorry if you're listening to this and you're getting butthurt, but I'm just going to be honest with you. I hate to say it, but right now you will always be little brother. You will always be little brother. Let's slide to football. Everybody always says North Carolina fans scream, hey, we can't wait for football season. The overall record in the football all-time series record is North Carolina 67, NC State 36. In baseball, North Carolina 168, NC State's 135. That one's a little bit closer. And then, you know,
Hold on.
I'm just saying.
If NC State wins every game in football and baseball for the next 33 years, they can pass North Carolina.
And that's not going to happen.
33 years in a row.
33 years in a row.
Well, my question,
it's just, it's
does
so
NC
funny.
State
and I don't,
or Wake Forest?
I don't hate NC State. It's not what I'm getting at, but I don't want you to just, and it's going to sound arrogant of me after I was already saying that about Duke fans, but you're just not on the same caliber as a program yet. You're just not. You do have a national championship. I'll give that to you. Well, North Carolina has 5 in basketball. But this is what I'm getting at,
6,
though. I love it when teams want to always go crazy when one of the blue bloods is down. They say, yeah, we're going to get them. You guys are awful this year. We're going to get you. You guys can't beat us. You guys won't even make the tournament.
You know who could have helped NC State? Tom Gugliotta.
and you just hear all that. You just hear all that. And then you play. And it's a primetime game on ESPN at 7 o'clock. Expecting, this quote-unquote Tobacco Road rivalry to possibly go NC State's way this year, when all the signs really are pointing to them. No Cole Anthony, no backup to Cole Anthony. Brandon Robinson had been injured. It's injury-ridden for North Carolina, and guess what? They lay an egg. NC State lays an egg, and North Carolina goes into PNC for their 7th straight victory at PNC. It just, it's music to my ears. It's music to my ears. I love it. I eat it up.
Hunter is finding a silver lining in a North Carolina basketball season.
I have to, because what do you hear? Everybody's like, why is North Carolina bad this year? They might not even stay over 500. Guess what? That win got us to 500. Got 10 and 10.
Right
10 and 10 overall, where NC State has a better record. And just what I'm getting at, really, though, is this. Guess what, NC State? This was your shot. Because
Clemson took their shot and got it.
Clemson took their shot and got it. That's exactly right.
That's the worst.
That's the
Carolina
and
fans
I'll admit that.
Honestly, you'd probably have rather lost to State this year than losing Clemson at home.
I agree. I can agree
because
with that.
You've lost to State
but
before.
Here's the thing. NC State, this was your shot. It was at home with no Cole Anthony. We were clawing just to try and get some wins, and then you go 6 minutes towards the end of the game with maybe scoring 4 points. You can't do that. You already played a Virginia team and got lucky to win, not scoring in 10 minutes. That's trash. So this is, this was your opportunity. Now you're coming to Dean Smith Center next, and Cole Anthony's probably going to be back. I'm just saying. There was your opportunity, and you blew it. Congratulations. Congratulations.
Well, the
NC State girls are having a good year.
Except for there's one number on there, Hunter.
Yeah.
What was that one for?
Oh, it's the loss record.
That's for. And who gave him that loss?
Oh, you lost. Oh, the North Carolina Tar Heels?
That's for Terry.
Oh.
That's for Terry.
The women's basketball team. Oh, don't get me started on this now.
Got a couple Duke fans that joined a few minutes ago now, and they missed all the fun Duke talk. We've already talked about Coach K and his antics and him switching sides of the floor so the TV cameras don't have to look at him and see him cussing his players and his fans and all of that antics. So, that's pretty fun. Little talk there with NC State on